not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes, commenting, and subscribing on this video. You hear me? Good. Hey, B. JamiThatsMe here. We are back. We're back for another episode of Court is Messy. All right. Now, this particular judge, we have Judge Boyd. I know a lot of you guys often ask me to check out her videos and stuff. So I am going to be getting into her on today. Not sure what this is really about. I believe they said that this person kidnapped a victim and did some other stuff. So, child, we just gonna go ahead and get right on into it as long as you are liking up the video. So let's get into that.
Court is calling 2022 CR 9352 State of Texas versus Zaragoza Tobar. Could our parties approach, please? And announce for the record for the state. Defense.
Deborah Stanberg for the defendant, and I'm wondering if the court has the letter that the defendant wrote to the court.
Yes.
I didn't know if you had a chance to read it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Judge Boyd.
Hello.
How are you today, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Friday. Well, it's not Friday, it's Monday.
Monday.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
you know, the reason why I say it's a beautiful Friday, because when you're off on Friday, Friday becomes a Monday and a Monday. All right. According to you entered a plea to kidnapping of no contest on March 20th, 2023. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. The state opposes your application. They're taking several cases into consideration. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. State, any witnesses?
I can have one more round.
Defense, any witnesses?
Other than the defendant, no.
All right, would you like to, are there witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you want to call her?
Well, then let's bring
I
her to
thought
the
it
front.
was for victim impact statement after sentencing.
We will be calling her as a witness.
I can't hear you, Mr. Burris.
Yes, we will be calling her as a witness, Your Honor.
All right, call your witness.
Your Honor, and I would object to her testifying to anything that we would consider to be a victim impact statement that should be presented to the court after the judge sentences.
Okay, all right, call your witness.
Your Honor, we call Jennifer Tovar.
All right, Ms. Tovar, if you come forward. Yeah, come up. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I'm gonna need you to speak up so the court reporter can hear. State your name for the record.
Jennifer Tovar.
State.
Ms. Tovar, you are the victim in this case against Mr. Zaragoza. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And you are aware that he has applied for deferred adjudication with violation.
I am.
And are you in what are your feelings if the defendant were to be granted probation?
Objection, Your Honor.
And what's your objection?
Damn, he barely.
He's telling you what effect your decision will have on her. And we don't want her influencing.
All right, that'll be sustained.
Do you want the defendant to be released on probation?
Objection, Your Honor, it's the same thing.
Sustained.
I'll ask the court to disregard, of course.
Oh, yes, it's disregarded.
So what the hell are they supposed to do? But I asked something else. Just ask her how she been doing lately. I guess.
Ms. Tovar, on December 21st of 2021, can you tell the court what happened?
So I visited Ray to pick up Christmas money because me and the kids were living in Atascosa County due to a CPS case that we had for domestic violence.
Your Honor, I object because it's repetitive. Everything about that offense is in the police report, which was presented to the court as part of our plea package.
All right, so just so all parties are aware, I've read the stipulations in its entirety.
Mhm.
I always reread those before sentencing, and I read them once I make a decision on whether there's sufficient evidence to find somebody guilty. And I've also read thoroughly read the TAP evaluation. So you can ask your next question.
Yes. Ms. Tor, have you had any contact with the defendant since these allegations?
Yeah, so he calls the house and speaks to myself and the kids.
Shit.
I guess when he can.
Is he
'cause
not
doesn't
supposed to
know
have
the reason.
contact?
Objection, non-responsive. She answered his question.
All right, that'll be overruled.
You can continue.
Oh, so he has to use, I guess, a pre-collect call that he has because he doesn't have any money on the account to call
So you
us.
got to pay to talk to
Okay.
this nigga?
So, and I don't fund it anymore.
Wait a minute, ma'am. So this man violated you, and you gonna sit up here and still, well, granted, you got his kids, but you still sitting up here. I mean, it's a common thing that the ladies do. You still sitting up here taking this man's call, and then the bill gonna be on your ass more than it's gonna be on him, is what it sounds like to me. Girl, hell no. Don't let him sit up there and play you in your pockets like that while he locked the hell down.
I just did for a little while around Christmas time, but no, he's only when he gets a collect call, he can call.
And Ms. Tovar, you currently have a protective order against the defendant?
I do.
And do you feel that is
She shouldn't be
sufficient
talking to him
keep
then,
you
right?
safe?
No.
And why is that?
It
Objection,
didn't
Your
in the
Honor.
first
What
place.
is your objection?
She's commenting on what your decision will ultimately do to affect her and her children.
All right, that'll be overruled.
Thank you. Because why the
You can answer
fuck
the
can't
question.
she not talk about her decision? Should she let this man out, how it would affect her and the children? Yeah. And honestly, I hate to say it, he didn't care about these kids before that landed him, with the situation that landed him to get in jail if it involved kidnapping and all of that or whatever. So I just kind of feel like he shouldn't have been reaching out to her then if she got a protective order, unless the judge lifted that because he was behind bars, but he shouldn't have been able to contact her ass and talk to them then.
No, I don't think so. It didn't in the first place. It didn't. Ray was still coming around and still calling.
And while these cases were pending, you did have a no contact order against the
Right.
defendant, correct?
I
Right.
thought so. Okay.
But I was told that to let him talk to the kids. So even
But
though
you
we have
said
a
he
no
talked to
contact
you.
order, that's why where I was taking calls so that he could talk to the kids. I didn't want anybody to say that I wasn't allowing it.
But then you also said he called to talk to you and the kids. So now I am a little bit of fucking confused. I know he probably need to talk to the kids, and maybe that's within the order, right? That he could talk to the kids, but not really talk to her, and definitely can't talk to her about the case or anything like that. So I don't know. I wonder what the conversations were, but you are here to speak out against him, not for him to get parole, but against him from getting parole. And I support that damn decision.
Yeah, because they're not part of the protective order. It's just
Oh, just you. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Nothing further on.
All right, defense.
No question.
All right, thank you. State, do you have another witness?
No other witnesses. Your Honor.
Defense?
Just
Just the defendant himself.
we'll
All
let
right, you
him
come
bring his
forward.
ass up there.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Zaragoza Ray, the Water Junior.
All right, defense.
Thank you. Mr. Tovar, did you want to address the court with regard to why are you requesting her to give you probation?
Yes, I feel that given probation, I could complete probation. As you know, I haven't been in trouble before, Your Honor. This is the longest I've been in jail. I feel that I've made a mistake. And if you read the current note I wrote to you, Your Honor, it describes one of my feelings. I want to apologize to the court, and I want to apologize to my wife,
Mm-hmm.
who we've been together 11 years, 10 years. Been with the family
y'all
15
married?
years. All I know is my family, Your Honor. And
Wait, I wish he'd be more specific. What is the sorry for? Beating her, tying her up, violating? Yeah, you doing too damn much. Beating her and tying her up, and then you have a kidnapping charge attached to you, sir. I'm sorry. I don't think he should get out, y'all. Y'all let me know your thoughts about this, but I just who's to say he's not going to try to take something out on her at a later time and blame her for his own actions as to why the hell he's locked up? I just What programs has he contributed to in prison or wherever the hell he is that has allowed him to become a better person while he's on the inside? I don't know, but I want to let his arse out. But you know, that's just, girl, I'm not the judge.
I'm asking for your leniency and your mercy, Your Honor, for probation classes, so I can better myself.
You ain't take probation classes, and then while you
Alright,
was in
state
there
any
to better
questions?
yourself?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly. Mr. Tovar,
Yes, sir.
in this case, you're charged with a violation of a bond protective order, as well as a repeat violation of a bond protective order, in addition to the kidnapping, correct?
I am.
He was.
He said, I
I
am
was.
confused.
And given that there was a no contact order protecting Miss Tovar from you, you violated those no contact orders.
That is wrong. She came to my home and moved in with me because she had no place to live. I wasn't gonna leave my wife and my kids out on the street. So I did not violate it. She came to me, and that's how I violated her.
But you were made aware that any contact with Miss Tovar would be a violation of those bond conditions, is that correct?
Oh,
I was aware, but I was not gonna leave my
so
kids.
he already had charges on him, is what it sounds like to me. And she ended up being hard out on her luck or whatever. And so she, according to him, she had nobody else to turn to. So then he allowed her to live with him, is what it sounds like. But then how do we get to you tying her the fuck up and stuff? And putting your hands on her or whatever? You had a heart then and wasn't gonna let them stay out. But then, child, these folks.
Kids and my wife out in the street, sir.
But you'll knock her the hell out.
And
Child, this is crazy.
in this kidnapping case, you did tie up Miss Tovar with duct tape, is that correct?
No, that is incorrect.
That's incorrect. What happened?
And you said you've never been in trouble before, but you did have a case out of Atascosa County, Texas, for a violation of bond protection.
Your Honor, let me tell you, and I know you about watch these videos. Let me tell you what's irritating me just a little piece with you. You are not paying attention to this fucking lady. And I feel like partly because I haven't seen what her sentencing is going to be, so you probably gonna sentence him anyway. But what I need you to pay attention to is how this fucking attorney is trying to step up and lead her damn client, guiding him into how he should respond to the questioning that's happening. She first, when he asked about the duct tape, she's shaking her damn head right along with this guy. Then she takes a step forward. And I just don't think that she should be assisting like that, especially Miss Ma'am, who keeps fucking objecting to everything. That's a problem. And you over here fiddling with some damn paperwork and looking around and doing this and doing that. You need to pay attention to this. It's what you need to be doing. But you might not be caring about nothing they talk about because, as you said, you read over the paperwork. So you probably already know how you're going to answer this anyway. He probably still going to stay behind bars.
Order in that county as well, is that correct?
That was for phone calls for talking to my children, which I had the right to do. And if you check the records, it
Call
says
out
for electronic communication,
the audio.
I was allowed to talk to my kids.
And you did
Oh,
a
he's on the
abscond
paperwork.
during that case on February 9th of 2023, is that correct?
Is that
You just didn't do anything and you failed to report.
I was in jail?
Okay.
It's not that I failed to report, it's I couldn't go.
Okay.
I was in custody. I'm sorry, I said during that incident, I was in custody, so I couldn't go over there.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any further questions? All right, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear argument. State, you're opposed.
She
Yes,
ain't
Your Honor,
listening,
we're opposed
so,
to
maybe
the defendant
she-
being granted probation. While you heard from the victim that she does not feel protected just by the no contact order, and that the fact that he was charged with a repeat violation of court order bond condition twice, which are being taken into consideration in this offense, Your Honor, shows that the defendant, whatever the allegations were, completely disregarded the court's order, in telling him that he's not supposed to have any contact with the complainant.
But what about his saying that she came to live with him?
But Your Honor, regardless of what the allegations are, if he knew that he had these charges pending,
No, I understand that, but isn't that mitigating the fact that she chose to go and live with him. Now, I understand financially there are issues, but a no contact order, of course, it's a document, it's on paper, and the defendant knows they're not to have contact with them. But what about his saying that he had a choice? Either his children were going to be on the street with her, or either she was going to come and live with him. But it doesn't appear in that situation, if it's truthful, he didn't go and have her come live with him. She decided
chose
to go live
to
with him.
That is correct, Your Honor, and while it may be mitigating there, knowing that he did have that no contact order, there are other options for Mr. Tovar to be able to take care of his children without having contact with the complainant. He could have taken the children while Ms. Tovar went to go find another living arrangement.
Do you know she wanted him to take the children and leave without her children?
That I'm unaware of, Your Honor.
Okay.
But given that and given the allegations in this case, Your Honor, we don't feel that we do feel that the defendant is a danger to Ms. Tovar if he were to be granted probation. And so we'd ask that you deny the defendant's application for probation.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you know from reading the pre-sentence report, my client doesn't have an extensive criminal history. These offenses, although serious, have really made him take a step back to reassess his life.
I'm trying.
And how he lives his life and how he treats his family.
Girl, go
And I
ahead.
think he's expressed rather eloquently in the letter that he tendered to the court. He's gonna do whatever it takes to fix himself. He's even read the PSI where the
Why are you getting
recommendation
emotional?
on the tap valve that if granted probation, he should be placed in a program to help make sure he's no longer drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. And he wants to fix himself in that way. And he's been taking some classes in the jail since he's been in jail. It's been a couple of months now to help him control his demeanor, his anger, everything. He's trying to fix himself.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to deny your application, find you guilty, sentence you to 9 years in the prison.
Sentence you to 9 years in the prison.
She didn't give a
you
damn
credit
about
for any
shit.
time served. Take in consideration 2022 CR 7416, 2023 CR 1300, County Court Cause number 698311. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and there's to be no contact with Jennifer Tovar. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed
I have to go back.
County Court Cause number 698311. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's a $1,500
say?
fine, time and money. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to deny your application, find you guilty, sentence you to 9 years in the prison,
Sentence you to 9 years in the prison.
and give you credit for any time served. Taking
So he got 9 years in prison, but anytime served, he will receive credit for that. But I don't know how many years he's already served in prison. For him to be up for parole, then maybe he's already done probably about 4 years. Who knows?
in consideration 2022 CR 7416.
Okay, so it happened in 2022. So 22. So he's already done 2 years. So you're going to have to be in there for a few more years, buddy.
2023 CR 1300, County Court Cause number 698311. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and there's to be no contact with Jennifer Tovar. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Also, because this is a felony conviction, and also because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or we can go off the record. You don't have to make better decisions in your life.
Yes, Your Honor. This is just a mistake, Your Honor. I wish.
Well, no, it was a choice, and it was a bad choice.
Yes, ma'am.
And here's the thing, I understand about protective orders.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
understand that sometimes the person who the protective order is supposed to protect,
I have to pause because y'all let me know if I misheard this because it sounds like she's letting him out. to me. Sentencing him to total of 9 years, whatever time he has will be considered time served or something like that. So it sounds to me he about to get his ass out.
They decide that they're going to go live with the person that there's a protective order against. And then there's an issue that happens, and then everybody calls the police, and here we are.
Yes.
So
ma'am.
when you have a protective order, you are the person who are responsible. And if somebody wants to come live with you and there's a protective order in place, you need to say no. Do you understand?
I do now, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, you knew beforehand, you just decided, maybe we can work this out. Here's the thing, she doesn't want you anymore. That relationship is over. You can consider her on paper, unless y'all got a divorce, she's still your wife. But in reality, she's not your wife anymore. She does not want to be with you. Do you understand? Do not call her from the jail. Do not call her from the prison. Do not contact her. And if you want to see your children, and Ms. Burke does a lot of civil work, if you want to see your children, then that needs to be done through a third party, but it's not to be done through Ms. Tovar. It's like you don't even know her. Do you understand?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Christopher Reyes.
All right, we have victim impact.
All right, that'll be it.
All right, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on that, okay? Because then when she says don't contact her through prison, it sounds like, okay, nah, he's still going to be going on to do some more time, like I thought. But leave your thoughts and comments down below, honey. That is all that I have for you guys at this time. I am Jami, that's me. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool.